Hi guys, today's lesson is exercise 2F, simple interest. So what exactly is interest? Interest is money paid or earned for the use of money. So if you borrow money from a lender, then they charge you interest on this money. And if you invest money in a bank, then it earns you interest. This is the simple interest formula which you'll need to copy into your workbooks. It is I equals P times R times T divided by 100. So I'll go through what each part means. I stands for interest. P is the principal, which really just means the starting amount of money. So the amount you're borrowing or the amount you're loaning. R stands for rate. So that's the interest rate and it will be in a percentage. And T stands for time in years. Let's have a go applying the formula in this example. How much interest do you earn if you invest $3,000 at 5% per annum for 6 years? So the first thing you need to do is label what each part is. So the initial amount invested, that's the principal, so that's 3,000. The rate is like the percentage, so I label that R, the 5%. And the 6 years is the time, T. Next, I need to write out the formula, so it's I equals P times R times T divided by 100. Next, I just substitute in the values. So I've labelled the P is 3,000, the R is 5, and the T is 6. Divide by 100. I just put that in my calculator and it equals $900. So the interest is 900. Let's do one more example to practice before we move to the next thing. So calculate the simple interest earned if the principal is 1,000. So the P is 1,000. The rate is 5% per annum, so the R is 5, and the time is 3 years, so that's the T. So I write out the formula, I equals P times R times T, divide by 100. Then I just substitute in the values, so P is 1,000, R is 5, and T is 3, divide by 100. So the interest is $150. When they give you the time in months, it must be converted to years. There's a formula, the T is in years. So to convert months to years, you use the formula months divide by 12. That will give you the time in years. For example, if we were given these time in months, to convert to years, we need to divide by 12. So 24 months divide by 12 equals 2 years. 36 months divide by 12 equals 3 years. 18 months divide by 12 equals 1.5 years. So if we were to work out this example, Ali borrows $300 at 2% simple interest for 6 months. So his principal is 300, his rate is 2%, and his time is 6 months. So we need to convert that to years. So we need to do 6 divide by 12, which equals 0.5. So this is his time. Then we write out our formula, I equals P times R times T, divide by 100, and substitute in the value, so we've got 300 times 2 times 0.5, divide by 100, just pop that in the calculator, and it equals 3, so $3. The total amount of the loan or the investment is the principal plus the interest. So sometimes you'll be asked to find the total amount at the end. So that's the principal plus the interest. So let's practice working out the end total amount. For this example, Rachel invests $4,000 for 2.5 years in a bank that pays 4.5% per annum. So the principal is 4,000, the time is 2.5, and the rate is 4.5. So I write out my formula. So I'm going to work out the interest first. So interest equals P times R times T, divide by 100. So we've got 4,000 times 4.5 times 2.5, divide by 100. Pop that in the calculator and it equals 450. So that's the interest. So to work out the total amount, it's the principal plus the interest. So the principal, we've already labelled, that's the 4,000. And we've just worked out the interest is 450. So the total amount is 4,450. Sometimes instead of finding the interest, you're asked to find the principal or the rate or the time. On the test, there's quite a few like this. So I've written out the formulas to find either the principal, the rate or the time. So principal is I times 100 divided by R times T. To find the rate, use the formula I times 100 divided by T times P. And to find the time, use the formula I times 100 divided by P times R. So this is an example similar to like one you might be asked on the test. So $5,000 was invested over 2 years and returned $150 in interest. So the principal is the $5,000 that was initially invested. The time is 2 years and it returned $150 in interest. So that's I, the interest. And we're asked to find the interest rate. So we're asked to find what the value of R is. So the formula to find the rate is I times 100 divided by T times P. Then I can substitute in the values. So I is 150 times 100, T is 2, and the principal is 5,000. Pop that in the calculator and it equals 1.5. So the interest rate is 1.5%. So rate is 1.5%. I would like you to complete the worksheet and submit it to my Panola.